What's happening? Hey man, this podcast Cal, man. What's happening, man? Podcast Cal. What it do? What's happening, man? It's your boy, man, Podcast Cal. And we got a very, very special, important guest in the building, Miss Natriece Spicer. Yeah. Double clap, man. Double round of applause, man. This woman is a very, very creative, artistic, creative. I said creative already. Phenomenal queen, poet, life coach, and a wonderful example of what the evolution and maturity of a black woman who came from unfortunate circumstances is what's supposed to be. And we're blessed to have you in the building today.
Who is this person? I'm like, I want to be her friend. Hey, sis.
Man.
Hey, sis, I want to sit with you.
It's you, man. It's you, man. So won't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, your story, where you come from, and what you're doing now?
So just a little bit about me. I'll start from where you kind of left off. I grew up in Sunnydale Projects. Shout out to my spot, my city, my town, whatever you want to call it, in San Francisco. And like most kids in the projects, I grew up without a dad and, was on welfare and all those things. I experienced gun violence and domestic violence and all kinds of unfortunate things at a very young age. I learned about poverty, racism, oppression, and hatred. I also learned about self-hatred, self-awareness, and a lot of the trials of life that kids shouldn't learn about at such an early age, but I think that it benefited me well, because after all of that and even some, some things that I did, I stepped off the porch at 18 and decided to partake in some other stuff outside of my scholarly years and went wayward, but I got back on track.
Be like that sometime.
Yeah, and I pulled it together though, and so fast forward to now, 5 books later, I am a published author, a professional poet. I am a professional host. I have a wellness company. I am a life coach. I have the beauty and the honor of consulting people about personal development and starting businesses. I teach kids, and so I really live a full life. I think that when you talk about the magnitude of what evolution means, I can definitely agree that I've definitely been a work in progress. And sometimes I've been a piece of work and sometimes I've been the progress. Right. So I say all that to say I'm just glad to be here. Like that woman you described, I'm still trying to ascertain her glory. Okay. Still trying to figure out how grace falls upon such a woman like her. I'm still aiming to get there. Right.
Nah, look, look, the aim is already done. You know what I mean? You need to just embrace and appreciate and just respect your story and your journey and realize that you are an exception. You're not a commonality. You're an exception and an inspiration of what young ladies can aspire to be, and your movement supports that. So we definitely appreciate you.
Well, I thank y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to know I love y'all, but I'm human right here with y'all. So fail or falter, I started out.
We all are.
I ride with the underdogs.
So. We all are, man. We all are.
But I got y'all though. I am upholding this life and just trying to work on being a better me every day.
So on this platform, any guest that comes has a platform to express themselves openly without judgment. Your opinion will always be respected, whether agreed upon or not. And the whole purpose is to attack topics that can be misconceptions within the black community between black men and women. I think a lot of the times we think the same thing, but we're so firm to stand on our perspective. I'm a man and, and for us it's like this and y'all be the same way. You know what I mean? When we really share a lot of the same struggles and we're really in the fight together and not against one another.
Yeah, ultimately I agree with you. I think there's some wavy lines in between that, of course. Part me being a woman and just the natural emotional nature of a woman. Of course, I would have something to add, but for the most part, you spot on, you covered it. And I agree that at the end of the day, we both want the same thing.
Yes. And we got to use each other to learn how to get it and get there together. Yeah. Because 2 is better than 1.
tell me about it. We could. What'd he say? Nip say double up.
Come on, double
Come
up,
on, I
man.
ain't far from it, you guys. You guys will learn. I oscillate.
Straight up, man. Shout out, man. R.I.P. to the big homie Nip, man.
Man, for real. Real
For real,
OG
for real.
game.
Straight
Double
up, though.
Triple up.
So we're going to jump right into it. And our first topic is it okay to keep money and love separate even when you're married?
Let's talk about
Because what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours. That's how it was in the back in the day.
That's what they said.
But we live in a different time. So with you being a guest, we're gonna let you. We're gonna get your angle first and see how you feel.
Okay. Ladies first. Well, yeah, about that. About ladies first. We don't live in a day and age where there is a first or a second. I don't think that things are necessarily needing to be equal. Oh, they can go ahead and be mad at me now.
Oh no, speak that.
I don't think that things are necessarily needing to be equal. I think they need to be balanced.
Okay.
And I'm speaking in particular to the Black community because this is a Black show.
Absolutely.
We're talking about us. Oh, okay.
Hell
so I'm just
yeah.
being direct.
Man,
because
look, be direct, straight up, say just how you want to say that shit, how you feel that shit, say that shit.
Because it's important. It's important to make it clear for people, right? On a global scale, yeah, you need to strive for equality. On a global scale, men do need to strive to be equal to women. If you go out there up against a white man, you should seek to be equal to him and receive every single thing that he is trying to ascertain. But on a cultural scale, within the Black community, we don't need equality. We need balance. We are a people of measurement. We are a people of scalability based on our ability to be together. We're very communal and tribal. So I think that money comes into play when you have healthy relationships where people know how to be balanced. If we are healthy minded and we are in a healthy state mentally and emotionally, we could be balanced, right? If you've grown up with not even the same principles, but just having some principles, a basis on which to know how to relate money to your life. And it makes sense and it coincides with the way that I've been taught how to relate money to my life, then yeah, we can mix and mingle. But now here's the real raw deal truth. Most women are dysfunctional with their spending habits. So even if they have a man who has a healthy amount of cash flow, they still can't necessarily be trusted to balance the finances the way that they necessarily could if they had a lot of different principles introduced early on.
Gotcha.
Now, with that being said, a lot of men are dysfunctional with the way they handle money too.
Right.
So for that reason, you don't know how to handle money just as much as I don't know how to handle money. So no, I don't need to be giving you my money to mess up. I can mess it up myself.
Well, do you think that's something that a couple aspiring to be joint as one should seek some type of guidance in? Like maybe some type of financial literacy class that you can take with your fiance, because finances are very important. And you know, my thing is this: it's very, very difficult to say everything we do in life is going to be together until we die, except our money. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what
Right.
it's coming to.
Right.
You know, but with that being said, you know, and I spoke on this on the prior episode, was that, you know, growing up in the Bay, you know what I mean, being misled by what was the right way to do. You know, every female that I ever dealt with, you know, I had a standard that contributions was mandatory. And, you know, me hustling and you having a 9-to-5, your money being the consistent money, my money being the up and down, you know, but get us further money, then yeah, I need that. But what happens is, being irresponsible and immature, now you tell me, nigga, you ain't shit. I've been seeing all that shit you've been posting on her page. Get out my house. I'm scooping up the shoebox too.
Right.
So now once we kiss and make up, it's in the back of your mind like, damn, at any moment, he ready to take the bread and bounce. You know what I mean? So to add to your point, I think that it all depends on the couple, the background of the couple. And I think people need to be very, very, very honest with themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think naturally, like you said, and this ain't no shot, but I think women are more impulsive. So, you know, I know women that will see something they want, go work for 2 weeks and spend their whole 2 weeks on that thing. That thing got them through the whole pay period. Whereas, you know, a man who kind of come from where I come from, we kind of like, look, we got to go tuck that twice before we spend that once. you know, but everybody ain't raised like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think part of it is the differences in the Black experience between men and women. Women are traditionally invited more into the workplace. We've been culturally pliable. And this is why people assimilate to Black culture based on a Black woman's perspective. Everybody wants to be a Black woman, even white men, because that is the Black cultural experience that is the most attractive globally to everybody. So with that being said, if you look better, you feel better, you sound better, you get in more places.
That's real.
So it's easier for us to get in. So we are shown more of the advantages of what it looks like to have honest money.
Right.
But here's where I totally agree with you, and this is why I do the work that I do. This is why I cover such a wide variety of things, because we need to invest in us, right? We're shown how to spend money, but we're not invited into the conversations about how to get money, how to create wealth, how to kill poverty and break generational curses relative to finances. So we look like we just don't know how to spend money, but it's we have bad intel. We got bad intelligence.
Right.
Just like y'all got bad intel. You've been shown that the only way to get money, like you said, is to have it in the long run illicitly and illegally,
right.
and that you can't participate in any kind of global or corporate opportunities to invest money and have money. But you can. Right. So like you said, it's very much a mindset thing.
It is.
You know, and it really comes down to the kind of people that get together. But I like what you said about learning. Because it don't matter where we both come from if we willing to learn together and grow together. Like if we really want to learn the stuff we need for our relationship, it don't even matter. Right?
Honestly, I think that is mandatory.
Yeah.
And I think it should be encouraged, whether it's like, what's the little premarital classes? Some people, what's it called?
Yeah, it's premarital
counseling. The premarital counseling, whether it's with a pastor or with a therapist or whatever. I think that conversation should be, that topic should be implemented. Like not just like, hey, what y'all gonna do with y'all money? But look, let me show you some techniques for you guys to be able to have money. With that being said, I used to think it should be one pot. No, I don't.
Right.
I think a man should have his, a woman should have hers, and then they should have a pot that they have together. Yeah. For example, if the goal is, okay, we're going to be in this apartment, you're going to work, I'm going to work, and in 2 years we're going to buy a house. Then I think that it should be like, okay, now it don't got to be equal, it got to be balanced. Yeah. If she make 40 an hour and he make 20 an hour, she should say, okay, well, every month I'm going to put in a band. He say, okay, well, and then every month you put in 700.
Right.
It should be balanced off of your skill.
Exactly.
Because I ain't trying to break you. Right. And if equality is putting you in the bind, I really don't love you like I say I do.
Exactly. And we're in balance.
So, I think you find that balance and you say, okay, here you go. Because a problem I was running into, whereas like birthdays, right? Uh-huh. Like my woman might want to do something nice for me for my birthday.
Okay.
But then, I go count the stack. I go count the bottom. Like, damn, this shit like 1,500 short. Now, but I'm jumping on you. Now you got to ruin your little surprise. Like, damn, well, baby, the 15 was for them Louis shoes that you've been lusting over for the last few weeks. Right. Now I feel fucked up. She feel fucked up, and she feel like that, like she don't got the freedom to go in there as she wish.
That's right.
That's right. And then there's been times where it's like, look, give me I got the card. I'm about to go to Walmart and get a mop, and then she spends $600 at Walmart.
Right.
And then you like, well, hold on, baby, look.
Now this don't make no sense.
This don't make no motherfucking sense.
I mean, so now here's my thing though, in both cases, like, right? And here's what I really feel about those kinds of things. Yes, if we're in a situation where I'm supposed to feel like I have equal access, then it is important for me to not be made to feel like I don't have that access or like I have to explain. But again, that's conversation and communication. Sometimes, players mess up too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like maybe I wasn't clear when I specified how we would handle the joint funds, or maybe the gift getter wasn't clear when they specified that sometimes they might just pop up and take something to get some gifts, but they'll put it back.
Right.
So I think it's part communication, but I also think that it has a lot to do with just being mindful.
Yeah.
Like just being mindful. And like, so when you talk about having his and hers, I think a lot of it is you being comfortable with seeing your spouse suffer speaks a lot about how you feel about the relationship in and of itself, because it's not even about us sharing money. You know what I mean? For real. And this is just where I'm at with it. Like if my guy needs something, like he's not going to need.
Right.
If there's something that we can invest in that's going to help us down the road that he can be good at, well, we're investing in it.
Right.
If he get in a bind, we in a bind. Like,
Right.
I don't need to have you on my account to care.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I think it comes down to just character.
But and it also comes down to maturity as well.
Yeah. There you go.
Because, you know, you look like
Which can happen at any age.
Ain't no age limit.
No. So please, y'all, kill that.
No, for real. Wisdom and maturity don't come with age. It come with experience.
Yep.
Those are different things. So when you have a situation where, you know, I see where people go wrong, it's like a man feel like, well, I can't speak for all men, but I know men who have felt like, well, damn, I'm the one out here taking all the penitentiary chances for this shit. And so now I'm doing all this. So look, so at the end of the day, you feel me? I'm about to be the one regulating this. You know, or if a woman is going to work and her man is in a bind for whatever reason, now it turned into like, damn, nigga, I ain't your mama. Now I'm taking care of him. Like, so now it's like y'all find yourselves checking each other pockets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, damn, she make $2,000 a week. What's wrong with giving me a nickel? You know what I mean? But bruh, like at the end of the day, if y'all haven't communicated on how this money was gonna be split and broke down, you're not entitled to regulate how she give, what she give, when she give. You know, but I would find it nearly impossible for a couple who's planning to spend the rest of their lives together, who are joint,
right,
to
keep
say
everything separate.
to say that's yours, this mine.
I don't think that's healthy. Hell nah, I don't think that's healthy. But I also don't think that people do two things that you said. You hit two key words. You said entitlement, and then I don't think you exactly said the word, but boundaries. I'm not gonna give you something I'm gonna feel bad about or gotta check.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna give it to you if I have a question or I'm unclear. And I'm not gonna be assuming that I'm clear because I'm going to ask you.
Right.
Oh, you want a band? Well, what for, babe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, to invest. It's studio. We got the album or whatever is coming. The book is dropping, or, you know, I got some art I'm gonna sell. I need new paint. Whatever it is, right? I don't know. We getting some supplies for the auto body shop. As long as it's purposeful, it's good.
Okay, let me stop you right there because I'm glad you said that. So I feel like if you guys are at that point to where you're talking about being married, then he shouldn't even have to explain, because you should know for a fact that I know this man enough that this money is going to be invested X, Y, and Z. Yeah. When he's ready to reveal that, or when that come to life, I'll be the first one to see it. Because then that opens up a whole nother can of worms. Because I was like, damn, now she micromanaging my shit when she don't trust me. You feel me? Or I might not really trust you. And if that is the case,
then I shouldn't be giving you my money anyway.
And y'all shouldn't be about to get married. And y'all shouldn't be about to get married. So it should be like, baby, damn, you know what? I need that. And it should be like, you know what? You need it here.
And you know what I'm gonna say to that? You right. And I roll my eyes because I'm a work in progress. and I understand that, and I'm woman enough to say that that's where I want to be, where I never ever have to feel like there needs to be any little conversation. But I'm not quite there. Now I am past the middle, so I don't need to ask. Like if I'm in a relationship with somebody and it was that serious, let's just be hypothetical. Mm-hmm. We can dream. But so let's say I'm at that point. I don't need to like full on ask you what you're doing with the money, but I do kind of want like a mention of it or something. Like I'm not at the point where I'm just like, okay, like I need something. So I did roll my eyes, y'all, but you know, like.
But look though, and but you got, you feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that, because here's the thing: as men or women in that position, that's something you should have had earned by then. That's not a given. That's not like, well, we together, so you ain't gotta ask me for nothing. It's like, look, you've invested enough time, energy, accountability, responsibility for me not to have to ask you.
Better come through with a word.
Like straight up though.
You teaching.
That's what it is, man. Hey, podcast Cal, man. Hey, man.